This is the drag dictionary. I got this from the bookstore earlier today, and I think it's pretty cool, so I'm going to read it to you all right now. Hope you enjoy it. To all the drag queens and kings are superheroes. We love you. Why? Because you are a living example of how everybody's edges and corners should be celebrated, all while trying to outshine each other with big hair, brilliant makeup, and amazing looks. You are the essence of positivity, not just for yourself, but for everyone. Your attitude and enthusiasm are contagious, and we believe that you make the world a brighter and better place. With this book, we want to honor you, our superheroes, all the drag queens, kings, and allies around the world who get out there every day and show us how to bring out the best in ourselves. Thank you. Attitude. It's all about being legendary. Serving attitude can shape the full characteristic of a queen's presence or performance. To succeed, you not only have to serve couture looks, but also bring more than 100% attitude to your performance or strut down the runway like you own it. Her upbeat attitude kept the children gagging for more. Back rolls. We're all about body positivity. Back rolls is used to describe the kind of rolls that occur on your back when you are slightly overweight. This well-known red became famous through RuPaul's Drag Race. Jay Jolly quipped to Alyssa Edwards that she had fat rolls all over her back. Alyssa's response is probably one of the most famous lines to come out of the Drag Race franchise. Back rolls? Beat. Don't worry, no one is going to hit you. To beat refers to dabbing powder onto your face, literally hitting it. A beat face describes an amazing and flawless makeup look. This term is especially used in the beauty industry. Honey, you look busted. Let me beat your face. Body yaddy yaddy. This term is used to describe a queen who has a very impressive feminine form and shows off her figure. The adi adi at the end adds extra emphasis to the term. That queen is serving body yaddy yaddy for days. Busted. Looking busted describes a queen who is either ugly or sloppily put together. She has an unpolished or messy appearance. Example, her beard shines through her makeup or her wig is badly adjusted. It is a term used to insult another queen. Oh girl, didn't she have enough time for her makeup? She looks busted. Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. These are the 4 qualities that RuPaul and the judges are looking for in a drag queen on the hit show RuPaul's Drag Race. The queen with the biggest cunt will likely win and snatch the crown. This queen has a full package. She has charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Cheesecake. There's always time for dessert. This delicious term describes the queen with not only a gorgeous and curvy body, but also the ability to sell her sexiness. Look at this cheesecake serving all this body. She looks yummy. Children. The term can refer to drag mothers who take up incoming drag queens under their wings as their drag children and teach them valuable drag knowledge. It can also refer to an audience. This is because they are taking care of the audience by serving looks, reading them, or simply giving them a sickening performance. The children were living for her performance and tipped her a lot. Clock a what? To clock someone means to expose a hidden side of a person. Usually it refers to pointing out a person's flaws or to uncovering the truth. It originates from the word clock. To be more precise, it refers to the face of a clock as a metaphor for the human face. No one is going to clock the fact that I'm not a real woman. Cross-dresser. Are they a woman or a man? Cross-dressing is the act of wearing clothes associated with the opposite sex. It's about disguise, comfort, and self-expression. Cross-dressing was a common practice in theater during the Renaissance when men and boys dressed as women and played female roles. Thor and Hercules were some of the first cross-dressers, and they already looked stunning in women's clothes. Cunty, it's gonna get naughty. The term cunty describes a person's highly offensive or unpleasant mood. Cunty can be used to call out someone for their nasty, arrogant, or cocky behavior. It's a sweeter way of calling someone a cunt, but it can also mean having a fierce feminine attitude. Sister, stop acting so cunty. You're being really mean. You are being really mean. Dip, death, drop. Dip, death, drop. Let's explain. A dip is a dance move that originates from a style of voguing during which the dancer, depending on the category, gracefully or dramatically falls backwards into a lying pose onto the ground. The term death drop refers to the same dance move and has been used in RuPaul's Drag Race for a long time. It has gained more importance during the course of its history. Both terms are a matter of passionate discussion in the scene. What was that, an earthquake? No, she just did a death drop. Drag queen, drag queen. The real royals just arrived. Drag kings and queens show us that gender is all about performance. They are the ones that led the Stonewall riots and the fight for queer rights. This drag king or drag queen is a real hero. Duct tape. It's gonna get sticky. The uses of duct tape are almost infinite. But on the drag scene, duct tape is particularly known for pulling back male genitalia to create the illusion of having a flat crotch area. Drag kings often use duct tape for binding their breasts to create a flat chest. She didn't use a lot of duct tape. She has a meaty tuck. Dusted. It's all about glitter and sparkles. Dusted is the opposite of busted and describes a queen who appears flawless in her drag transformation. A dusted queen is not only polished and professional in her presence or performance, but also a drag queen to look up to for inspiration. I admire pageant queens. They always look dusted. Eleganza extravaganza. Ready to be blown away? This is the ultimate show-stopping, gag-worthy, and breathtaking runaway category existing. In this category, queens walk and serve looks with incredible amounts of elegance. She was serving pure eleganza extravaganza with that dress. Fierce. Stunning individuals, get over here. Fierce is a very positive and cheering term for exceptionally stylish or impressive drag queens who attract attention. It can also be used to outline an appearance, characteristic, or an action. Hunty, you are giving me life. You are serving fierce lip syncs tonight. Fishy, you asked for seafood. Fishy queens are highly feminine queens. Today, the term is considered offensive towards trans women and cis women. All body parts are beautiful and none of them defines a person's gender. She looks so fishy. Gag. Don't forget to breathe. This term refers to a dramatic shocked reaction either to a look, performance, or even a shady read. Gag can also be used as a single word and shouted out to express satisfaction or surprise. Gag on my eleganza. House down. Can your ceiling hold it? This term is often used at the end of sentences. It serves as a spoken exclamation point. For extra emphasis, it can be followed by boots. All the queens tonight performed the house down boots. Hunty. Let the hunt begin. Wait, what? Luckily, this term has nothing to do with traditional hunting. It is a mix of the expressions hunty and cunt. Hunty can be used as a pet name for friends or lovers. Hunty, do you want to come over, have a kiki, and spill some tea? Judy. Judy is a way to describe a person you would consider a very good or close friend. The term originates from the gay slang "friend of Dorothy," a secret code that gay men used to identify each other, dating as far back as World War II. Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz was played by Judy Garland, and she has long been celebrated as a gay icon. I need to spill the tea to my best Judy right now. KK. Now we're talking. KK is a sexual interaction between two drag queens. It can also be used for queens hooking up out of drag. After a long night of partying, my squirrel friend and I decided to KK. Kiki. Kiki is a social gathering for the purpose of gossiping, small talk, or an intimate conversation. It comes from kiking, which is used to describe the sound of laughter. Kiki must never be confused with KK. Sis, let me have a kiki and spill some tea. Library. Shh. Queens are reading. The library is an imaginary place in which drag queens are invited to read or to say shady things about other queens. It refers to the fact that you read in a library. The library is now open. Let's read this girl for Phil. Lip sync. Let the music play. Lip syncing is a performance almost every drag performer must know. It's usually the main act in a drag show where drag queens move their lips to the lyrics of a song without singing for real. She is a lip syncing assassin. It looks like she is singing. Mop. Tidying up with drag queens. To mop something is to use the 5-finger discount. In other words, to steal something. Watch out for all the shady queens and thieves. I just got mopped. My dress is missing and my wig is gone. No tea, no shade. A combination of the terms to spill the tea and to throw shade. It is a very common expression meaning I don't mean to disrespect you, but, and then followed by a read. There is an even harsher version of the saying all tea, all shade, which means I don't care if it offends you. No tea, no shade, but you need to fix your mug and weave. Ochre, tongue exercise ahead. To say this word properly, you just have to say okay with a sassy attitude while trilling the R. The origin of this famous term, which is used by drag queens all over the globe, it is still being debated. It's very messy in here, kind of like your outfit. Okay. Padding. Changing your silhouette has never been so easy. Everyone has different body shapes. By wearing hip padding, for example, you can balance out wide shoulders and change the body shape completely. Padding is made of foam and is a great tool for drag queens and kings to achieve their desired body shape. You need to start padding. Your butt looks flat. Queen. The description of a female drag artist. The term is also used to honor a beautiful person who is kind, selfless, caring, and determined and brave. A queen fully embraces all that and doesn't let anybody disrespect her fabulosity. She entered the room so gallantly. She's such a queen. Reading. Let's go back to school because reading is what fundamental. Reading is a real art form and means to insult, but you don't insult right away. You wrap it up nicely and cleverly so that the queen being read has to unpack it. Let's close the library. These reads are getting shady. Serve. Dinner is ready. To serve describes the ability to present oneself in a particular way, giving the audience the ultimate performance and exactly what they want. She was serving face and look. Shade. Who is blocking the sun? In the documentary Paris is Burning, Darian Corey explains that shade comes from reading. Throwing shade is to insult someone very subtly with a nasty backhanded comment. In backhanded comment. In other words, saying something without really saying it. The act of throwing shade has been in the drag community for years. Stop throwing shade, you're getting real cunty. Sickening, feeling nauseous but in a good way. To look sickening is to look beyond stunning or incredibly breathtaking in appearance or performance. I'm gagging. Her outfit tonight looks sickening. Slay. She just murdered the children, but the kids are alright. In drag lingo, the term slay has a different definition. Shouting slay or out loud is like praising a queen for her performance or sickening look. Slaying on stage simply means delivering an amazing show. Look at her strut. She is slaying the runway. All eyes are on her. All eyes are on her. Squirrel friends, protect your nuts. Squirrel friends derives from girlfriends. It refers to drag queens, especially those who hide their nuts, their genitalia, by tucking them backwards between their legs to stimulate the look of female private parts. Let's spill some tea between us squirrel friends. Tea. Do you want some sugar with it? Tea or tea, T-A or T, refers to the truth in terms of gossip, information, or true facts. It derives from tea room, which is another name for public restrooms where men secretly met for sexual encounters. Spilling the tea means making someone else's secrets public. Auntie, it's time to spill the tea. Tongue pop. Sometimes you don't need words to throw some shade. A tongue pop is a noise made with the mouth, lips, and tongue. It is usually put at the end of a witty comment to emphasize it or as a sassy response. The facial expression is also very relevant. It was popularized by the drag queen Alyssa Edwards. You look sickening tonight. Tongue pop. Tongue pop. Tuck. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. Tucking refers to the practice of putting genitalia between and behind the legs so that it's invisible from the front of the body. To create the highly feminine body fantasy, drag queens use duct tape or tight underwear. A meaty tuck is a poorly executed tuck which is large or bulging. Tuck it tight so nobody can clock the fact that you're a man. Vogue. A dance style which originated in the late 1980s from the ballroom scene. The dance imitates the poses found in Vogue magazine, which is where the term derives from. Became famous in 1990 through Madonna's song Vogue and the documentary Paris is Burning. This dance is now a phenomenon all around the world. She is voguing the house down. Duck walking, serving face, spinning, and dipping. Work. No time card needed. This is probably one of the most used words in the world of drag queens. The term is used to hype up a performer and show them a lot of love because they are slaying the stage. She made us all going for days. Work. Wig reveal. Keep it on if nothing is going to be revealed. The term simply describes pulling off the wig and revealing another one beneath it. Sometimes also to perform an unexpected act. Wig reveals have gained more and more opportunity in shows and have been a real trend. She did 2 wig reveals and every wig underneath was sickening. Yes, an expression of great pleasure, excitement, or encouragement, which is taken from the word yes. It originated with queer people of color in the late 1980s, specifically those involved in ballroom culture. Yes is often yelled when drag queens or voguers perform to cheer them on. Yes, queen, you're slaying this house down. 10s across the board. Math is important to be a fierce queen. The perfect score is sought for in judge competitions like beauty pageants. It was popularized in the 1980s New York City ballroom scene. She definitely won the vote battle and deserved all 10s across the board. Types of queen. Every drag queen is unique. New styles and art forms are being born daily. But here we go with the most common drag queen styles of today. Yes, sisters, activity. This special type of drag queen often comes in groups. They combine the art of drag with religious symbolism for activism, calling attention to certain issues. The most famous group are the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Bearded. The term already says it. A drag queen that has facial hair. The beard is an element of the finished look. They often want to achieve confusion. It is a subcategory of genderfuck. Biofox AFAB. This queen was born a female. They apply the arts of traditional feminine drag queen to themselves to achieve on an over-the-top female impersonator look. Butch, a drag queen who is masculine, often used to refer to gay men doing drag for the first time. Camp, based on clown styling, this queen's likes bold, colorful eye makeup and fashion. Most of these queens perform comedy. Club, a queen style resulting from the 1990s New York City club kid scene. They wear artistic fashion along with unique and bold makeup. Genderfuck, this queen uses a mix of masculine and feminine characteristics to create her own style, including her attitude and lifestyle. Goth, a drag queen who likes to be scary and dark. She takes her inspiration from gothic and horror movies. They rarely put on colorful makeup. A pageant queen is an extremely polished and feminine version of a drag queen. They mostly compete in beauty contests. Trans drag. A trans drag queen is a queen who has started transitioning into the opposite gender. Drag family. Drag families, also known as houses, have an essential role in the ballroom scene. As queer people, most drag performers get to choose their family or create their own house. A house is a safe place and usually a replacement for a real family in a community in which queer people can live together. Mother. Drag mothers are ones who introduce queens into the world of drag by putting on their first wig and showing them how to walk in heels. They act as a mentor, give tips, and help out when needed. Like a real mother, they run the house, set the rules, and try to bring harmony into the family. Daughter. From the first time someone is put in drag by another drag queen, and they become related and become daughter and mother. An adopted drag queen often takes the last name of her drag mother and to pay tribute to her. Baking, cooking, barkling, and binding. The rest has glossary definitions, so I'm just gonna end this here. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.